All right, guys, we're here for the fun stuff. Are you wondering to yourself, do I have enough equity to get a HELOC? What is LTV, CLTV, DTI, and all of these other silly letters that mortgage people keep throwing around? If you want to figure out if you can get a home equity loan or a second mortgage, and if you want to know with pretty good accuracy how much you can get, stick with me for just a couple minutes as I go through some calculations and explanations to help you get your arms around all this. The starting place really is knowing what your home is worth. Zillow is fairly good at this, and county assessments are not. The county assessment thing is a whole other Oprah. But if you're having trouble with that, reach out and we can talk. For the sake of finding out your home's value accurately, you can email me with your home's address and ask me to run an AVM report, an automated valuation model. And I can email you back with what our software shows your home to be worth. Most of the time, this computerized report is fine to start your second mortgage, and we don't need an actual appraiser to come out. If you have any issues with that AVM value being low, or if you need a second mortgage greater than $400,000, we can and will send an appraiser out to do a full appraisal report. Once we have the value nailed down, we can usually loan up to 85 or 90% of that appraised value. So for easy math, let's say your home is worth $700,000. We'll multiply that by 0.85. That'll get us to a number of $595,000. Now we're not done yet. That's the total amount that can be borrowed from your home's equity. But you have a first mortgage too, right? So out of that $595, we will deduct the current balance of your first mortgage. So let's say that's $425. So $595 minus $425 leaves us with $170, which is how much you could borrow if you needed that full amount. Now, if you already have a second mortgage or a HELOC, that can be paid off out of the $170 as well, as long as it's less than $170, obviously. There are several factors that impact the 85 or 90% CLTV maximums that we will be able to lend out. But most of it has to do with your credit score. If your credit score is above 740, you'll probably qualify for the maximum. If your credit score is less than 740, things get a little more complex and we'll need to talk about your other details. We have great expertise in credit score improvements and credit rescores and have great success with increasing credit scores. We usually offer these services free of charge, so check us out on that stuff too. HELOCs are lines of credit accounts that you can draw money as you need it and pay it down when you have it. Just like a credit card account, you can pay it up and down whenever you need to. Payments on HELOCs are usually interest only and usually lower than the payment would be on a fixed rate second. Fixed rate second mortgages are just made as one lump sum payment to you at closing, and then you make regular fixed payments thereafter. The length of these loans can vary between 10 and 30-year terms. Because we're regulated by lots and lots of government rules, it's hard for me to give specific payment and interest rate details in this video. But we can easily give you those details if you contact us to get your HELOC estimate. Suffice it to say, if you're thinking of consolidating multiple credit cards and/or other debts, the payments on either a HELOC or a second mortgage are usually hundreds of dollars less each month than the combined payments that you might be currently juggling. This, combined with the fact that you just have less payments to keep track of every month, is why these loans are such an effective tool for reducing your stress and anxiety. Additionally, if you have a second home in the mountains or a rental property that you need a second mortgage on, we have options available for these properties too. Most other banks do not loan on these property types, so give me a call or an email if you have specific questions about those. The combined loan to value maximums on second homes is 85%, and for rental properties, it's 75%. So to recap, knowing your home value, you should be able to easily calculate the amount of your total available equity. That big puzzle piece will really help you to get in the ballpark. And now that you're in the ballpark, if you're still thinking this possibility might work for you, just shoot me an email with your contact info and ask me for your HELOC estimate so we can get you the specifics on rates, payments, and other associated factors that you're going to want to have. We're just going to keep blowtorching any anxiety, uncertainty, or fear with more HELOC numbers and second mortgage wisdom. Talk soon, guys.